When I first entered the MoMA, I didn't know where to go to find the installation. It was crowded with people, and I went alone, so I missed out on having a tour guide. After asking some questions, I was told that if I continue along the path, I'd find it. What I found was a horde of people, like birds flocking to a central point, but then captivated and immobilized by technology. And there stood before me a larger-than-life screen flashing beautiful imagery, and my first instinct was to pull out the one in my pocket. Upon first glance, this screen was just showing me random images, certain colors flashing and waving in and out, but discerning meaning from tints and hues, likely impossible. But it wasn't until the veil was lifted and we saw the map of the extrapolated pieces this machine was creating in front of us that I began to sense the meaning of what it was I'm looking at. As the allegory of the cave goes, once the greater world is revealed and knowledge is gained, sometimes it might be better to go back, but then it's too late, and you open Pandora's box to a world that you had not known was there, just as Rafiq Anadol has done with his simple question, can machines dream? A provocative question to say the least, to suggest that an innate human ability to dream extends beyond only human. But what if recreating the reality of the human experience isn't the only objective here? It seems like granting AI the passport to experience and alter the reality we all live in might just be on the horizon. It starts with immersive exhibitions, things like the unsupervised exhibit that take into consideration light, sound, and temperature of the room, local weather, and whether or not there are masses of people present to watch. When interviewed by the MoMA curators, Anadol's final thoughts were the most striking to me. When they asked him about his vision of a future project, he spoke about recreating a real-time, immersive, rainforest-inspired artificial reality. Artificial reality. And while I was standing at that exhibit, surrounded by people all staring at the screen, it felt like an artificial reality. No more are humans interacting with each other, bumping into each other and speaking to each other, laughing amongst one another. Instead, they're all just blank. I guess the Art Offline movie taught us that museums have the power to transport people into other worlds, but to me this still felt uncanny. I think reveling in an immersive experience is one thing, but sacrificing the human experience is something that I'm not okay with. And those thoughts weren't just ones that I had on my own. Upon asking my girlfriend, who I took with me to the exhibit, the same sort of questions about how she felt upon seeing the exhibit, we both came to the conclusion that our phone cameras ended up seeing more of the exhibit than we actually did with our own eyes. Ironically, when I got there, the first thing I did was FaceTime my mom, who was an hour and a half away, just to show her how groundbreaking this event was. A bit detached from seeing paintings painted by human hands showing human faces, I guess, so excusable to experience it through my phone. But this was an exhibit where technology dreamt like humans, only for humans to have the instinct to experience it through technology. If technology can mimic the actions of a human and the thoughts and dreams of one, then what makes humans any different? Is it their creativity? Well, no, because AI can generate art. Well, what about their capacity for knowledge? Knowledge is what sparked the evolution of humans, right? But last I checked, Google had every answer. It seems like AI might have caught up to us after all, but instead of us trying to be more efficient and more technologically advanced, maybe we should revel in our inefficiencies, the things that make us quirky and human, all of our imperfections. Because despite all of those imperfections, humans are resilient, able to bend but not break, and if they fall, always know how to get back up. Maybe this was the point of Hito Styles' strike video. Instead of awing at technology, whose position of catching up to the human experience is ultimately a fragile one, let's resound in the things that which make us human.